April 1st, 2025. I unfortunately have decided to quit trading. April Fools. Anyways, April 1st, 2025. Um, the prior day was a decent bull bar with a decent tail on the top. Again, I'm going to start with the daily chart today just because I think it's important. We have consecutive bull bars, but neither one of them all that great, not closing on their highs. This is enough for a second leg, though. So March 31st and April 1st is going to be enough for a second leg. This is a decently tight channel down, so I still expect it to get more to the downside. I would expect we're going to see a rather deep pullback and then some sort of second leg up. So maybe we get a pullback tomorrow and then a second leg up, and then maybe somewhere up here start a reversal down. But even if we get a reversal down, odds are it's going to stall around 5,500. I think the bulls have done enough to convince me that this is going to be the area of the trading range. And so even if we do go a little bit lower, we're probably going to form a trading range somewhere in this area. We're probably not going to get a much deeper sell off. I'll just go over the weekly chart now. It makes more sense to do it since I already started it. The bulls want a really strong bull bar closing on its high. The bigger this bull bar can be, the better it is for the bears. They'd like this bar to get as big as possible to convince traders as much as possible that it's going to need a second leg. You can see we have a first leg down, a pullback, and then essentially leg two, bottom of trading range. Again, it's possible we get down to 5,400. I wouldn't be super surprised if we did. But as I mentioned on the daily chart, the bulls are starting to do a decent job. Monthly chart, as I mentioned yesterday, I think this is going to get a second leg. So even if this month is a bull month, I think odds are February and March gets a second leg down. The 5-minute chart today. So coming into the day, I thought we were going to clearly have support at the 45 high and the 54 high, since these are breakout points, right? We created a gap with the traders who sold the high of 45 yesterday. We're willing to scale in. And the traders who sold above 54 yesterday, willing to scale in, obviously should be able to make money. So first thing, bar four, maybe bar four needs a second leg, but you could argue it's one pullback, some sort of 2 legs down, maybe 3 legs down. I did think that we would get above the 75 high because it was a signal on the daily chart. So I thought odds were we would get above the bar 75 high at some point today. But bar four, a good looking bull bar, but the breakout starts with an outside bar that's a bear bar. So it's a little bit disappointing buying above bar three, probably not going to get exactly what you want out of it. 5, 6, 7. Good 3 bear bars. I don't usually trade before bar 7. I took a trade on bar 7 today. I sold during 8 as it was pulling back. So I basically got short at 56.30, about this price. And I exited on the close of 9. It's okay to also hold and exit above 11. Either one of those is fine. If you really were aggressive with holding, probably exit above 13. You can always get short again below a bear bar closing near its low. There is risk that it's a trading range and that the traders who bought the close of 4 are scaling in and they're going to be able to make money. So 8, 9, 10, 3 straight bear bars. I exited since it was relatively climactic and this was my target. So I sold the close, made money. 11, an outside up bar. It's maybe a swing trade, but I would probably rather wait. The bears should get a second leg. 13, a high 1 for the bulls. Not really all that great. I'd probably rather wait. If you're going to buy above 13, you want to see explosive follow through, and that's exactly what you got. We had a reasonably tight channel 1, 11, 12, 13, but it's really not all that good. So 14, a larger surprise. It's okay to buy the close of 14, or you could buy the close of 15, the 3-bar micro channel. I did buy the close of 15 today. So I bought the close of 15 and I exited basically on the close of 20, somewhere up here. Took one other trade on the day. I sold during 41 around the close of 37, and I just exited basically for a small loss during 41 as well. The reason I exited, I know this should get a second leg, but I don't like trading against this tight of a channel. On the 15-minute chart, you can see what we got. A really, really good looking, rally. So I thought odds were we were going to test back up into this area. So I was a little bit hesitant to trade against the tight channel, since trading against, one of the problems with 3-bar micro channels is trading it against tight channels. You have to be a little bit aware of that. So I wasn't really that willing to scale into the trade because I was too concerned that we were going to get a really deep pullback and my stop was going to get run. So that was the only other thing I did on the day. I thought 55 was good. But I thought 55 was good, and I thought 67 was good. But I had decided I was done for the day because I had a decent day, and I just really didn't feel like getting anything back. So you can buy the close of 15, 16, 17, 18. This is all going to need a second leg, but the more climactic it becomes, you have to keep in mind the greater the odds are that we're going to get a really deep pullback from it as well. So as much as this is a really good looking rally, it's too much. It's 10, 11, 12 bull bars in a row. So you have to keep in mind that we're probably going to get a pretty deep pullback, and you can see we did. But again, keep the bigger picture in mind, right? Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. 15-minute chart. This is a really good breakout. If you see these 4 bars, how often do you see 4 bars that look like that are that strong? I think the last time we saw that was probably right here. And look how much influence that had over the market. So you get it right here. Yes, it's in a later leg, but you get it right here. And even if you get a deep pullback, I'm still expecting a test back up into this area. Breakout above the bar 75 high on 21. You can see the breakout point held through the test. And so we got basically a leg count reset, 3 more legs up, 1, pullback 2, pullback 3. I did not take this one. It did have a micro gap, which I'm usually only taking trades with micro gaps. I try to stay away from the ones without them. They have a much higher failure rate. So I noticed that, well, first off, micro gaps are climactic in late legs, and there's signs of strength in early legs. And I noticed I have like 150 examples of 3-bar micro channels that I'm currently doing the study on, but things with micro gaps, 30% of the time that 150% stop gets ran. And things without micro gaps, sorry, I messed that up. Let me rephrase. I said the wrong thing. Stuff or 3-bar micro gaps with 3-bar channels with micro gaps, 15% of the time the 150% stop gets ran. 3-bar micro channels without micro gaps, it went up to 30%. So, and it averages out to be about 24, 25, as I think I mentioned before. So the ones with micro gaps end up being a lot better. 35, 36, 37, 3-bar micro channel. I think it's okay to sell the close. It's probably a leg 1. We do have a tight channel, and it's okay to just hold in, somewhat of an always in fashion, but you have to be a bit careful. If you are holding, you can probably hold through 39.40. It's a minor reversal. A 4-bar micro channel, 42 through 45. So you have to expect sellers above 45. Not a good buy after it's that much to the downside. Some traders selling below 46. We're going lower. 2-legged correction, 50 and 52. But again, we're probably getting at least one more leg down. I thought 55 was a surprise. It's a breakout below the channel line, 27, 39, 48, or 27, 39, 54. However it is that you want to draw it, it's pretty clear that 55 is a surprise breakout below the bear channel. So it's trying to reset the count and become leg 1. So it's possible leg 1. It could be a late leg and a climactic failure, and we could get a reversal up, but it ends up getting follow through on 56 and a reversal attempt on 57. That's the pullback, not really all that strong. Second leg down, 58, 59, 60, 61, 2 legs 2, leg 2, 62, leg 3. And then we can see we end up getting a 4th leg down. Traders can exit above 65, or they can exit on the close of 66. 65 and 66 reversal and follow through. You know that this is really likely to get a second leg from earlier, and this is a really strong follow through bar. So odds are we're going to get a little more of the upside. You can buy the close 66, 67. You can buy the close of 68 as well, betting the first reversal is going to fail against this strong 3-bar micro channel. You can buy closes all the way up. As far as swing trades on the day, I don't know, maybe 53, 42 maybe. Probably, 11's probably one, maybe 13, but a little bit difficult. I thought that 7's okay, 15's good, but could be the top of an expanding triangle, so you have to be careful with that. 37's decent. I thought 67 is probably the best trade on the day. And yeah, I think that's about it. So leg 1, leg 2. And I already went over the other charts, so that's going to be it for this